racing, and it really encompasses and brings together everyone throughout the clubs.
We take a look at the start list. The first National Real Estate Female Board Relay. First of our team events here, Alexandra Headland with 2 teams, Currumbin with 2, North Burleigh, Northcliffe with a couple, Redhead and Southport. Of course, we have all our medalists from the Australian Championships in this final, but it's going to be about bringing depth off the bench here because the teams are going to be mixed up. There'll be a couple of different names for different clubs and they're off and away. So it's going to be interesting to see how changes have come over the winter and who still comes out on top. And of course, Jordan Mercer, unbelievable in the centre of your screen. She is absolutely flown out. And it looks like Bay Wilton Snedden there, the young gun from Maroochydore, first season in the club, and she's showing an absolute clean set of heels here on the rest of the, well, I guess more experienced competitors.
Well, Josh, she is very, very good off the beach, and I know she's been extremely busy this year with Year 12 and the commitments there with school, so she may fade as we get throughout the course of this race, but Bay is always very strong and very fast off the beach.
Oh, up and joined alongside there is one of the Northern sisters from Currumbin. Looks like North Burleigh in the mix as well. They finished with bronze at the Australian Championships. Northcliffe's there, so that's our top 4 at the moment. Northcliffe, Maroochydore, Currumbin and North Burleigh. Then there's a line of 5 behind them, 3 and 4, and a couple of stragglers out the back with plenty of work to do, but they're jammed up at the moment, and none of these girls are willing to take a back seat. They're all going hammer and tong at the moment. Hannah Scully on the inside, and Jordan Mercer's got a little bit of work to do.
Well, Josh, she's probably not in a position she's used to being in. She's on that second row. She's 2 from the inside, so she's not in a bad position. She'll be looking to make amends of it and make her way up as they go around the cans.
Kira Kinsey on the outside trying to cut everybody off on that bright green board there, but just gets squeezed out. Hannah Scully from North Cliff on the inside, and here is Naomi Scott. We saw her in the swim races earlier today, and she's back on the boards at the moment. Amy Northern, we know she's won a national board relay title before at a different club, and she'll be looking for another one here at Currumbin. Of course, Newport, the defending Australian champions, with Spencer, Moses and Miller. They're in this final, so watch for them. Georgia Miller paddling first. Now, Jack, what are you trying to get a gauge on here early in the season in these team events? Is it just another paddle, get yourself fit again? Are you trying to obviously get points for our Summer of Surf final? But what's going through a couple of these girls' heads there as Georgia Miller looks like she's had better days?
Well, Josh, a lot of the clubs will be looking at, you know, what girls are in what team. I know Currumbin, they're probably looking at it because they've got 2 extremely strong teams. They've got 6 girls that potentially could try and earn or warrant a spot in an A-board relay. And, you know, sometimes some teams work together, some don't. You've got to find the right dynamics to get the team working well.
You know who's working well is all 6 girls up the front at the moment. Jordan Mercer just making her way up. Bay Wilton Snedden there. Naomi Scott can do everything. Swim and board, she leads all the way. And none of these girls are hanging around or following anyone else. And Bay Wilton Snedden has been very, very impressive here for a young girl. But have a look on the outside. There's a wave. Liv Hall's going to maybe pick it up for Currumbin B. Is she? She'll come down alongside Jordan Mercer there. Geordie just takes a little stroke, gets on the front of it. A couple of the teams, we've got, what, 2, 4, 6, is that 8 on this lead wave here? So you can't win it in the first leg, but you can certainly set it up for your team, and you can certainly lose it. And a couple of those teams out the back, they're going to have to do a lot of work to get back in this race.
Yeah, well, Josh, Naomi Scott, the young gun from Manly, was one that just fell off the back of that one there, and she's got plenty of work to do alongside the Olympian Alyssa Bull, the kayaker. So Alyssa's fancies herself as a bit of a board paddler. She dabbled in the Iron Woman as well, and you know, she's out there having a crack this weekend.
A lot of work to do for Alexandra Headland there, and it was Southport who led round, so haven't seen much of Southport. They do really well in the men's board relay events with the likes of Pierce Leonard and Mark Bint, but they haven't seen much of them in the women's races over the last couple of years, but that's all about to change. They're leading the opening round of the Summer of Surf, the board relay final, but have a look who is on and away. Harriet Brown, that all-yellow board, she's flying and pushing herself into the lead.
Well, it's Kat Davis who's out in front for Noosa at the moment, and I mean, Jordan Mercer found herself behind off the start, but she worked herself back into that first leg, put her team into a position where they'd be in striking distance, and really pushed the transition to give her next paddler every opportunity up the front.
Well, Northcliffe's getting every opportunity, and Currumbin 1 and 2. Kat Davis from Noosa is going backwards at a rate of knots there. She's been swallowed up by the rest of the field and spat out the back. Tara Coleman, the distinctive red and green Souths colours, she's moved her way up. But here it is on the front. Harriet Brown there, hard start from Currumbin. She's in second place. Got a great lead off from the Northerns. In third, it is Currumbin. So Currumbin, 2 of the top 3 at the moment. They're doing a great job. Maroochydore, they're in 4th place as well. Redhead, and hanging in is Noosa, hanging in for every moment. And we speak about coming off the bench, having team depth, and you look at some of these guys, they mightn't have been in the team for the Australian titles last year, sorry, but now it's their chance to work back into it, earn a place, set themselves up for the rest of the summer in these A teams.
Yeah, Josh, that was certainly interesting. Just watching the race go around now, Hardstaff has been dropped by Harriet Brown, and there's no reason why Hardstaff shouldn't be able to sit on Brown's sidewash, but she hasn't been able to do that, and even now she's struggling to stay on the tail of Harriet Brown, and that goes to show how fast these girls get the boards moving and how fast Harriet Brown is when she decides to put the hammer down.
Tara Coleman's taken her team from about 8th or 9th up into 3rd place at the moment, but there's still a 2 board length gap off 2nd and another 1 board length to Harriet Brown, but Hardstaff's going to get down this runner. She's going to pull down a wave here. What a performance from her. She got herself out of it, got herself back into it there. The girls wait, cheer on their competitors now. The tough run, you've paddled all the way around. You've got to get up, get going, and make sure you don't lose any ground on this transition.
Yeah, and you know Harriet Brown, she's fast across the sand. Although it takes her a little bit of time to get those legs up and moving, those big, long legs, it takes her a little bit of time to wind up, but when she does, she's very fast across the sand.
So it's Northcliffe, Currumbin, Nikki Chapman from Maroochydores there as well. So they're hot on the heels. Southport goes round. Noosa, they've faded ever so slightly. Alexandra Headland and our Australian champions Newport are well out of it at this point. They've got a lot of work to do if they want to get back in.
Well, Josh, the girls up the front are making their way out through the break, and that's Hannah Scully from Northcliffe alongside the girl from Currumbin up the front, but the pace is definitely on, and it's Ella Brown from Maroochydore who's chasing on the right-hand side.
Well, they've gone hard early here off the beach, and it's still Currumbin in the lead. Northcliffe in 2nd. Currumbin, Carly Nerthen, they're chasing very, very hard at the moment. Maddie Dunn has a little look around there. She's on Hannah Scully's board. They've teamed up together there, and then there's a big gap back to Manly. One of the Maroochydore caps there, Ella Brown, one of our professional Ironwoman competitors, but it is now a race in 3 off the front. 2 Currumbin caps, 1 Northcliffe cap. Jack, are the Currumbin girls going to work together here, try and squeeze out Maddie Dunn, or are they going to just race for themselves, try and get the victory?
Well, it's been a huge effort from Carly Nerthen, Josh, to get back up on the tail of these girls by the first turning can, but she's done exactly that, and now is finding her way on the inside up behind Maddie Dunn and getting sucked along and to go past her teammate.
Oh, it's smart racing there. You can't beat smart sometimes on the way home, and Carly Nerthen's just tucked in behind Maddie Dunn, a great competitor. She takes a little right-hand turn, decides to find some of her own water, and decides now or never for Currumbin. It's the 2 Currumbin sides on the outside. Maddie Dunn from Northcliffe in the centre. Ella Brown doing everything she can in the background in 4th place to get her team up onto the podium, but I think waves are going to come down to decide this one. They all lift on the runners. They're all up on her knees. Big, deep strokes. As that runner goes away, Maddie Dunn eases up, and Ella Brown is paddling the rest of the field into this race.
Well, Josh, there's more than 3 that are going to come into it, but the girls are making their way closer to the beach. We can see the little bubbles that are building, and these boards run very quickly on the bumps, so if they get an opportunity, if they get a lift, these girls will get themselves through to the beach.
Tara Coleman calling Carly Nerthen home, and 1 Currumbin's down at Carly Nerthen trying as well. Maddie Dunn's been left behind, so it looks like it's going to be a Currumbin Quinella, but which team will it be? Carly Nerthen, Currumbin A, up and flying up around the flag at the moment. I don't think it matters for them because they are very, very happily and already smiling, but Carly Nerthen's come from the clouds. She'll pick up the win. Currumbin take the first board relay of the summer. They finished 2nd as well. Maddie Dunn's going to have to work just to hold on for a podium place there. Poor old Ella Brown deserved more than that. She paddled her heart out, but what a day for the Currumbin side. Coach Michael King will be very, very happy. Currumbin A from Currumbin B, Northcliffe, Manly, Maroochydore, Noosa, Newport, Alexandra Headland faded, North Burleigh, Southport, Northcliffe, and Alex B. They round us out here on their home beach.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I actually had a good start first time all weekend, so that was good. And then I knew I had Tara and Carly, so felt pretty confident after that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be part of Currumbin, especially with 2 of my best mates, Carly and Amy.
Oh my God, it hurt so much. Like, we had our other Currumbin team up leading, so yeah, it was a really exciting race.
I'll let you all get warm.
Thank you.
Well, the girls are feeling the chill, but we're just heating up. Women's board relay has been run and won.